Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Wellness. We are back with a HYROX group call. HYROX Select. We've got Lucas Wenzel right there, got Dan Nunes right there, and then, of course, Austin hanging out up there as well in his garage. Boys, this is the third call. So we've set these things like perfectly 3 weeks apart every time. And I feel like there was always like something, there's so much in between each of the episodes. Like Dan raced like 4 times in between episode 1 and 2. Lucas was, going to Louisiana. He was in a hotel room, and Austin was like, took off his whoop because he couldn't look at his recovery score anymore because it was so bad. And it's so funny, but I feel like we've all been pretty locked in and working, training, doing all the things. I'm going to start with you, Austin. You coming off of a marathon, and now you're prepping for a powerlifting meet, right? That's what's coming up, right?
Yeah, because it's opposite. This year's the opposite ends of the spectrum. Do a powerlifting meet, which is over here. Do an Ironman over here. Complete opposites. So
Yeah.
I just want to see what the body can adapt to, and like, can you get it to not just survive it? Can you actually get better at those things when you go? Like I PR'd a marathon in the middle of about to go PR my powerlifting dots. Like I get they're not 2.5 hours and this that and the other, but I mean, there's still a significant improvement from that course last year. So like I'm super happy with that. I
Yeah.
think it's like a 20% improvement is what that comes out with. So like I'm like, hell yeah,
Dang.
take it.
No doubt. Yeah, that's awesome. Coming from a guy who, like you said, that you come from the powerlifting, bodybuilding world, and you got into aerobic fitness 2 years ago, two or so, right?
Yeah, a
Getting
game changer. I'm envious and jealous of you guys. The fact that I didn't know this existed prior to this. I thought you just eat Pop Tarts and cake and like just try to get bigger and stronger. I didn't know there was another option.
yeah.
I
Well,
thought
you
I
can.
thought high
So
blood pressure and a CPAP machine were like mandatory as we age. No.
especially in the powerlifting world. That's funny. Well, that's good. I'm proud of you, man, for PRing, and then you've got that coming up. Then you've got Ironman, and then you've already kind of maybe said another HYROX in 2027. I know we've got a ways to go. So,
Oh yeah.
but
Oh yeah. I'm just getting to learn from all you guys as I'm going. So
yeah,
I'm stoked for that.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Lucas, what have you been up to? I think the last time we were on this call, I think, were you in Louisiana, or was that the first call?
That was the first one.
Okay,
Um,
it all jumbles together. But dude, you've been putting together. So for everyone who doesn't know, Lucas has been putting together like weeks of like hours of training per week, like 10, 11, 12 hours. Like where are you at this week?
this week will be like 13 or so.
That's a lot.
I still have, I've just been this slow rise throughout the past like 10 weeks. It's almost just like, it feels like I'm not even like training for a race anymore. It's like I've been training for so long without like an actual race that I'm like, wait, I gotta like get back into that mindset in a month, and
Yeah.
I'll turn it back on. But yeah, I'll do a couple big tough quality sessions coming up just to see where I'm at with things. So
Yeah. Well, that's it's really fun. So if you guys who are listening and don't know, he has YouTube videos. You should go watch them. They're really good. He explains really well what he does every day. From start to end, and the quality session, why you're doing it. And it's funny because I watch these YouTube videos, and then I see your Whoop recovery scores, and I look at, because I'm like stalking you pretty much every day. I'm like
Stalking
looking
you.
at, dudes. I'm serious. I'm looking at, like, because I watch it. I watch your YouTube videos, and I look at your sleep. I look how long you slept. I look at your HRV, your resting heart rate. Like, I'm watching you, and it's been really cool to see that your hours keep going up, but your recoveries are like they've become better and better as the intensity and the volume has come up.
yeah, I was actually just looking at that today because I just got my Whoop back in March, so I'm trying to look in like 30-day spans instead of just like the weekly, because things can shift so much just based off of life stress or whatever.
Hmm.
And everything's been kind of trending up. Um, slowly while we're increasing everything. So I think it's just a blend of a bunch of things, but overall just feeling good and staying consistent. I think consistency is really just, I think it's the main reason that the training's been going so well. So
Don't lie.
Yeah.
Don't lie to people, Lucas. Tell them what you're really doing. You're cheating
uh
somehow. Don't lie to these people. It
I
can't
oh
just be consistency.
I mean I ate ice cream the other day, and I woke up with like a 91. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just do whatever makes me feel good. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
like it. That's funny. And moving over to Dan, that's funny you said that. I sent this thing to Dan on Instagram. That's from Instagram. There's this like sandwich hoagie shop or whatever in New Jersey. It's in
Yep.
Middleton. Is that what it's called?
Middletown. Yeah, Middletown.
Middletown, New Jersey. And dude, they look incredible. Those hoagies, they look incredible. So I was like, Dan,
It's a next level sandwich, dude. Talercio's is the name of the place. They're like,
Talercio's.
yeah, Talercio's. Like, you go there with not eating anything beforehand. You do not eat, you fast for the entire day before you get there. The
Yeah,
sandwiches are massive. Like, you get 4 servings of meat on there, like any kind, it's so much cheese, so much everything. Like, whatever you're
yep.
getting, it's ridiculous amount of food. It's 2 to 3 meals in one sandwich. It's absurd.
Yeah, Austin, I
And they
need
have
to
like a
send you this
cult-like
video.
following. Yeah, they have like a
Yes,
cult-like
please share.
following on Instagram.
So basically, I told Dan after New York City, HYROX, will you take us? Because he's got the car. I don't. I actually looked at the travel. It'd take me about 3 hours to get there from here. So it'd be like, I had to go
Goodness
like,
gracious.
yeah, I had to go like Grand Central, and then there's like a bus
Yeah,
that
no,
goes
no, no.
all the way to Middletown. So I was like, will
We
you
don't
take me
need all
there?
that. Yeah, well, we can drive there and make it a lot easier.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. But Dan,
Yeah.
you've been turning up the heat too on training, dude. I feel like every time I open a story, you're just like,
Yeah.
it's 5 miles and your average pace was like 6:24 because you were doing threshold. And then
Just
next time I
moving.
open it, it says 7 with like a faster pace. And then I opened it the other day and it said 10 miles. I'm like, dude, this dude's just like the miles keep going up and the paces keep coming down. What's been going
Yeah,
on?
man. It's been just stacking days, really, like just putting together the heavy training weeks and really kind of getting the volume up a little bit as I'm getting closer to this. But I've been putting down pretty much like 12, 13-hour weeks for the past couple weeks pretty consistently. But like, yeah, even like this week, it was definitely a little bit harder with the recovery because of
Yeah.
my Saturday night that I
Oh
texted
no.
Austin about. I went out with the boys and it was one of those like, we're having a night. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't done that in a while. My one buddy, he's moving in with me to my new apartment. And I was like, I'm gonna show you around town. And it was supposed to be a simple night, turned into I got home at 2 a.m. type of night.
Oof. Yeah.
And obviously HRV took a dump. Everything took a dump. I still ran hard on Monday, worked out hard, and then ran hard again on Wednesday. And then I texted Austin, excuse you, go sit down. I texted Austin on Thursday morning. And I was like, dude, HRV isn't the absolute shitter right now.
Yeah.
The legs are feeling like lead weights. And he literally said, he's like, can you like stay off your feet all day? I'm like, well, I coach in the morning. He's like, spin the bike, go home, watch a movie. And I was like, dude, I'm itching to run. I texted him like 2 hours later. I was like, dude, I'm itching to run. It's so nice outside.
Oh, nice.
He goes, well, you're an adult. You made those decisions on Saturday night. You need to sit with what you're doing right now. And I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
I didn't need to hear it, but I needed to hear it. So
Yeah.
literally,
I feel like we would all tell each other that too, though. Like every
No,
single
I
one of us
deserved
is just like,
I deserved every bit of it. I literally sat there and I was just like, damn, like I can't even rebuttal that. He's right. So literally I sat
I
there.
didn't think about
do
that.
anything.
It's been so busy the last couple of days. Like I didn't even think about that. I was like, I didn't hear Dan. He didn't even he didn't fight back.
I had nothing to pipe back with. I was just like, you know what? He's right. So I literally like sat my ass down, put on a movie, ate all the meals that I needed to eat, and went to bed at a reasonable time. My HRV went up like went from like a 49 and jumped like another 20 points the next morning. So it was like,
Yeah.
all right, he's right. Whatever.
What did you watch? The real question is, what was the movie of choice?
You know what it was? I didn't even watch a movie. I just watched episodes of Family Guy. Really
Yeah.
did.
You really
I just
vegged out. I was like,
I
dude, you
watched
just need to
Family
figure out
Guy
like
on
turn it
loop.
off. Just
Yeah.
chill.
Dude, that's like the perfect show to like have in the background, laugh, and like hang out on your phone. Like that's the best
Literally,
show.
like, it's just good to just, kind of be monotonous and, like, shut my brain off for a little bit, but, like, turned into today where I ran 6 miles and my heart rate, barely cracked 130, went right into Bro Lottie's after that, and that was really good, felt really, like, limber afterwards,
No
and then I
doubt.
did, an upper body lift afterwards, and my training readiness on my Garmin went up throughout the entire day. So I was like, "Alright." It made sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
Do,
that's awesome.
do any of you guys notice like when you really like open up your hip flexors, do your glutes get really sore when you run?
No.
No.
Depends on what the run is. Like if it's a hard run and I
Yeah.
really open my hip flexors, I'll definitely feel a little glute tightness the next day, but nothing like excessive.
I would say I more
I'm just
so
a poor
feel it
runner.
whenever I've got
N-
like a bunch of wall balls. I feel it
No,
out in my
Austin, they're
glutes the
just
next
not
day.
dragging a wagon like you are, buddy.
That's what it
Got
is.
He's got that thang on him.
Dude,
So
hey, I
sick.
lost a little bit of weight this week. Let's easy there. Easy. I lost a little bit. I called Shane, one of my coaches, we had a call right before we hopped on, and I was like, Shane, we have 16 pounds to pull off in 2 weeks for this powerlifting meet if we're going to PR this dots.
Jeez.
He's like, oh, you'll be fine. What? So we'll see what happens. I have no
16
clue what that
pounds?
means, but we'll see what happens.
Bro, if
I
I lost 16 pounds, I'd be dust.
Yeah, same.
yeah, I feel like I deteriorate. It's
Yeah.
funny because like I had my call with Austin earlier today because I'm going to Colorado next week. I
Oh,
want to make
sick.
sure everything was all good to go, and I was like, dude, I'm just so hungry like right now. I just feel like, and it's not like I'm like perpetually hungry all day, but I'm like hungry in the evening or in the middle of the day. I just feel like I'm so hungry. So I couldn't imagine being like, hey, let's peel off 16 pounds right now. That
I'll, I'll,
sounds
I'll, I'll help. Once I go through it, I'll understand it more. But like, we're not going to move my food. We'll just put it at that. There's no food moving, and I'm still pulling 16. It's just water. You're literally just
oh,
dehydrating yourself so much.
and you won't be in like a performance like you're not going to be like running a ton or anything like
No.
that.
So like today, what Shane was saying too is like, so when you're training for multiple things, Dan, you're a great example of this right now because you have the half coming up, but then you also have
Yes.
HYROX. Like we just went over the same stuff. It's like, what's the priority currently? Like, what do you need for this? The half is a B race for you, but you also found like the more mileage you get at quick paces, you see a carryover for your HYROX. So it's like just use it and roll with it. But it's not
Mhm.
necessarily a true on all out full peak for a half. It's just,
Yep.
hey, I turned the knob a little bit more towards this, but I didn't turn it all the way towards there. So the same with mine with the powerlifting meet. Like the only cardio I'm doing, I get on the bike if I feel good, or if I feel like tired, like I don't feel like I'm recovering, get on the bike for 30 minutes and go swim.
Mhm.
I'm still gonna run twice a week, just like 3 to 4 miles, just because it was so hard for me to learn how to run that I want to just like not run and start back over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where it all kind of met together.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So much less cardio.
Right. So and that was actually gonna be my next thing. Dan, you got that half marathon. It's this Sunday, right?
No, not this Sunday coming up, the
Nice.
following Sunday. So it's actually
Okay.
Saturday, May 16th.
Oh.
I don't know why they put that Brooklyn
What
half
time?
on a Saturday. I kick off in the first corral, on
Mm.
7 a.m. in Brooklyn.
Oh, let's go, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, I just got my corral actually this morning. I am wave 1 corral B, so like just behind the pro runners, I guess you would say for that.
Yeah. Do you
In the
know
middle of yeah, in the middle of
do you
HYROX.
do you know a lot of people who are running it?
I know a couple people that are running it, like Jack's girlfriend's actually gonna run it,
Cool.
and then a couple coworkers I know are gonna be running it. A couple other people that like I've kind of just run into at HYROX races are actually running it that are also
Hmm.
running HYROX New York. So just like not like friends, but like a lot of acquaintances I know that are running it.
Yeah. Do you feel like do you have a goal? I know it's a B race, but do you have like a goal in mind for it, even though it is a B race going in?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like for me, I feel like comfortably, like right now where my fitness is, I can get under 125.
Hmm.
Like where I'm sitting right now, I think based on the paces that I've been putting up and then how I've been feeling running, under 125 is very doable. But like, you know, I'd like to be ambitious with these things, and so I basically I remember me and Austin had our call, and I basically said we're basically going to get 6:15 on the watch and hold on till the wheels fall off, and then see what happens after that. Like and he was like, oh well, what about like 6:10? I'm like, brother,
Yeah.
let's figure this out. Yeah, but nah, like 122 would be sick. That'd be just
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like
What's the
coming
course?
from so you got a little bit of rolling hills in Prospect Park, which I think is like a 5K,
Mhm.
basically. So the first bit, and then you have the longest strip of the race, which is this one straight road, which is predominantly flat. And I think there is like, if there's anything, there's like a gradual incline, but most of it's net downhill. And
Mhm.
then I think the last like 5K ish is on the Coney Island Boardwalk.
Oh,
So
cool.
you finish at the Coney Island Boardwalk. So that's obviously straight shot. And you know what I mean? I basically said survive Prospect Park where we can get comfortable with the pacing, really start to open the wheels up when we get onto that straight road. And then my exact words were blackout at Coney Island.
But not for the dogs, not for the hot dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm getting at least a
Dan's gonna
couple
have a dog
beers.
after that. We're not even gonna try to say
I'm
no.
having at least 2 beers and at least 2 hot dogs. I'm gonna put that out there right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I wish it was later in the day. I land back in New York from Colorado on that day, on Saturday. So
Ah, damn.
I was like, I want a dog when you said Coney
Yeah.
Island. But
Well,
that's
I'll be
awesome.
there. Yeah,
Good.
it'll be fun. It's just like I think that right now, where everything that where I'm trending, that's just a good test of fitness 2 weeks out from a race.
Yep.
So I think like putting that on the calendar is just a good little barometer of like, okay, let's see where the running has progressed because it's not like it's a hindrance to anything high rocks related. Because it's almost like I'm doing a little bit of a deload, then hitting a hard run on a Saturday, and
Yeah.
then I get one more hard week of training before I then taper into HYROX New York. So I
Yep.
think it's like it sets itself up well, and then it's also a good like temperature gauge of like, okay, where are we right now?
For sure. I know you've played with it a couple times. What's your sweet spot for the taper going into an A race for High Rocks?
An A
Like
race for HYROX?
days wise.
Yeah. So like Monday would be zone 2, like a light lift, more like mobility maintenance. If the race is going to be Friday, so my Tuesday would be my last like hard run where the mileage is decreased, but the intensity is still there, so that I can
Uh-huh.
still turn the wheels over a little bit.
Yep.
So it's like I usually do like anywhere. I think it's like 4 by 4 minutes at race, and then 4 by 1 minute faster than race with like I think it's like 2 to 3 minute floats in between. So I'm still getting that turnover, still getting volume, or pace on the legs. Wednesday is just easy, like bike a little bit. I'll touch some ergs. I'll do like some burpees here and there. And then
Mm-hmm.
day before is nothing over 3 miles, uh, but real slow. I'm talking like 8:30, 9 minute pace,
Mm-hmm.
with like three or four sets of 30-second strides at the end, just to get a little bit of, um, you know, a little bit of taste on the legs, just so they're good for the next day.
Yeah, yeah. I really like that. It's
Yeah.
you're touching all the things, but also touching the race pace without going overboard on. I guess because you could. It's really funny, like watching all the pros or elites. Like they've got this like crazy stuff that they do sometimes. Right before the race, and I'm like, well, they've
Mhm.
earned it. They've built a huge base to get to that point, but it's
Mhm.
crazy. So I like the approach. And Lucas, I know you've got right now. You've got how many weeks to your wedding?
2 from tomorrow, actually.
2 from tomorrow. Okay, so we're coming up on it. How are
Yeah.
you approaching? So we talked about earlier. It's you've slowly climbed up with hours per week, and it's basically we talked about it, I think it's the last episode on this group call was Austin said that we basically just need to have you ready on wedding day, and then you kind of get like a deload week, and then you touch intensity a little bit while you're on your honeymoon or coming back from the wedding and then going into the race. So how are you feeling in terms of I know you talked about the mental part getting ready for the race, but how are you feeling physically, like if you were told that you needed to race maybe next weekend?
Honestly, really good right now, surprisingly. Last week I was pretty beat up, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I bounced back pretty quick. Um, but honestly, my plan for the next 2 weeks is to like I'm gonna do my last like big session probably the day before my wedding, and that'll be exactly 2 weeks out. So
Yep.
I'm basically gonna kind of just push the limits a little bit, not redline, but I want my legs to be hurting quite a bit the next 2 weeks, just to hopefully
Yeah.
drive some adaptation. And then obviously I'm not going to recover my wedding day. Like I'm going to drink and party and stuff. So that's fine. But then
Yeah.
the plan is to, yeah, like you said, start that deload right there. I'm still hitting the same amount of intensity on my honeymoon. Like that's the plan. But it'll be more controlled. And then obviously I have more time to recover while I'm sitting on the beach and stuff. And
Mhm.
hopefully recover really well. And then I'll do a week. Race week will be similar to what Dan just said there too. So
Yeah.
basically
So you
peak 2 weeks from now.
right. So you also fall into that camp of it's probably like a 5 day deload instead of like a 7 to 10 day like a lot of people might use.
Mhm.
Yeah. I would say I'm more in like I like a 7, honestly.
Yeah.
Like a
What did you
7 day.
use for Chicago when you got the number 1 spot, and what did you use for Phoenix? How long out did you deload?
They were longer, probably 10 days.
Hmm.
But that's when I still really, I mean, I still don't know a ton, but I was just kind of going off of like what I knew about marathons and how to taper,
Mhm.
and leaning towards like a 10 to 14, like a big one. Um, which honestly, it worked pretty well in Chicago, but I still feel like I left a lot of time there. And then Phoenix, I felt flat. Like I did not feel good for 1 second of that race.
Dude,
And I
I also
think,
felt completely flat in Phoenix. I don't know if that was just the air down there.
yeah, well, the cottonmouth there was terrible too.
Brutal.
And my running felt terrible. Like, um, and I think yeah, probably a 10-day taper there too. So I think the longer that I do it, my body's just not as primed. Like, like my legs
Yeah.
aren't feeling that they can turn over as easily. I almost just want to do like a normal training week the week of, but just dialed back, obviously, but
Yeah.
still, yeah.
So there was some good information that I know you guys have saw the camp that I did in Oklahoma with Sandy, Elite 15 guy, former right now. He said that the last quality session he'll do. So if the race is on Friday, he'd probably do it on what would be Monday, I believe. It would be a full 1K run at race pace, full ski at race pace, 1K run race pace, and then you pick your middle 2 stations. So it's only 4 stations. So he starts with the ski as a station 1, and he finishes with the wall balls on station 4. So you basically would pick 2 of the stations you want to work on. So if you guys did do that workout, which ones do you feel like you would pick? Would you pick something that more gives you confidence going into the race, or do you feel like you'd pick something that you need to like work on going into it to gain confidence?
Hmm.
I don't know.
I
For me,
think
it's like I only work on certain stations. I don't really work on farmer's carry or anything like that, just because like I get all the grip strength throughout the workouts that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But like for me, if in a session like that, or if I know I want to touch a few stations, I'll definitely pull the sled a little bit, just because I feel like for me that's always been a touch point. And then just wall balls to just kind of just get the cadence of that. And then, yeah, probably the ski. So skis, just because every time I ski, doesn't matter what time or when it is, like my heart rate always tends to jump. So I've just been kind of being a little bit more like repetitive with it to get comfortable with like learning how to control my heart rate on it, so that I don't
Yeah.
like skyrocket there in the early going in the race and then have to like filter down.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about you,
Yeah.
Lucas?
I think I would lean towards sled push as one of them, just because, well, for me, that one always is like the weirdest feeling after, like the run right after.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's always like your legs are complete jello. So I feel like hitting that and then running immediately after the week of will only help from like a muscular endurance side of things. So you don't, because you can lose that pretty quickly. I think I would hit wall balls. I would definitely stay away from lunges just because those make me the most sore out of everything.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I like it. Austin, what you got?
Like, what do you mean? If I was like sitting there looking at that as a perspective, or
Yeah, like from I guess I kind of left that pretty open ended. On from
I
like
mean,
a
I've
coach's
got this thing right now. I'm sitting here looking at my pulse rate.
what does it say?
Our heart rate's sitting at a 64 right now while we're having a conversation. Cool. It's good.
Pretty
We're
good.
chilling. That's what I got on that one. But no, from a race perspective, it's I just think it's interesting the things that Sandy said, because I look back at exactly how Shane programmed coming
Mm-hmm.
from Conjugate World for like my own HYROX stuff. Like that was pretty much what it was. Like that was very, very similar to what their last of mine did. And so if, anytime I see people that don't talk still do very similar things, I'm like, okay, there's definitely something to that. From like they found something in that, the philosophies around it. And so I thought that was really interesting. I'm still really curious to see on the tapers with everybody. Like over time, like there is no like, this is the amount of time you taper. Like some races you'll taper this long, some will be this long, some will be this long. It's not about having like the perfect protocol. It just matters if you go win. Like
Yeah.
they don't go like, oh, well, I had so and so happen, and this happened, and this happened. It doesn't matter. Did you get better or not? Like, it doesn't matter what you use to get there, just get there. And so I think over time, too, like having the freedom to play with that, like getting to hear all of you guys and like how y'all go about it. And like you guys each get to pick up off of that, looking at that too, like, oh, so and so and did this race, and here's how they did. And oh, that was a similar life circumstance I was in right there. Oh, my training volume, we fall in the same camps. Like, cool, this should, in theory, work. I don't think that overrides like your own personal knowledge though. Like everything you needed, you already have. Like I don't mean to like get in the spiritual and all that, but it says like you have everything you need for a life of godliness now. Like you already have everything you need. And so I think that applies to performance as well. Like if this is what you think you should do, even though you've done this, and like you're gung ho, like that's it, like do that. Even if that is, well, man, here's a 2-day taper. Nobody's doing that. Like
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
somebody is, and you just haven't heard about it. Or is it
Yeah.
14-day taper? Like I think that overall, like the whole point of all of it is like to create such a relationship with yourself that you trust whenever it's like you get that nudge, like, okay, trust it. Like if you've done that enough in practice, then when it comes time for competition and game day, like you can rely on that. And I think overall that might be the biggest competitive advantage. Like Dan, we always give you a hard time, but I think you do that really well. Like instead of talking about all your other stuff, like, hey, Dan, you do that extremely well. You know how to trust yourself in those situations.
Yeah. I mean that was just about to say case in point was earlier that like Dan wanted to run. It was beautiful outside yesterday, Dan. I'm sorry you missed it.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It was
It was
gorgeous outside.
it was insane.
It was elite.
I took Charlie on like an extra longer walk. I think I had like 24,000 steps yesterday. It was stupid.
Yeah.
I know, Austin. I know, crazy. But you knew yourself enough to be like, you knew you weren't supposed to do anything. That's why you hit up Austin. It's like, when you go back to your toxic ex, it's like, you shouldn't text her, but it's like the same thing. You're like, I know I shouldn't go outside, but let me get some, let Austin affirm it's in the back of my mind. And that's exactly what he did. So, but
Yeah.
you trusted yourself enough as an athlete. Lucas, you trust yourself enough to know, hey man, I just got to be in the absolute pain cave. As long as I don't redline too much, I got to be able to be like this so I can be ready for race day. There's an intuition involved with it. There's no right recipe. Like, I think it was Jack I saw earlier on in this season. He was doing like that crazy treadmill workout like 2 days before the HYROX. I'm like, dude, I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I couldn't do that. I know we're not on the same. I'm just saying that it feels like everybody's different in how they get ready for games,
Yeah.
So it's so fun. Austin, when it comes to nutrition, as we get closer to a lot of these races, so and from Dan's perspective, he's got the B race, and then 2 weeks later he's got the A race. What do you start to shift in terms of food or recovery protocols going into these going into the races, because it does change just a little bit?
Well, the goal is just so Dan doesn't get sick after the half because I know he's going to have this stuff and do the things. Like just on the backside, he already saw, oh, wow, if I do that, what do I have to do? I have to pull a day back. So Dan's already probably thinking, hey, after that, I'm going to have to, it's going to take away a day from me. But two, if we've used so many different things and it's not like, Dan, you don't eat 50 grams of fat. You eat a ton of food, carbohydrate, fat, protein. I mean, all of it. We leverage, quite a bit of carbohydrates, but we still push your fat intake pretty high for your weight as well.
Yeah.
And part of why I like to do that is because now let's say like Dan does go out, he has this race, he has a great time. Cool. After it, I just need to know that if he needs to take some food out for a few hours and let things clear so we can get the GI tract ready to go again, we can and he's going to be just fine. The same time too, something I really did learn with the marathon, like if you go get in contrast the day of that half, Dan, if you do like 3 rounds of contrast therapy, I don't think you'll even really take much of a hit. Because what that'll do too, like when you take in alcohol and you take in these other foods, think of it in terms of the nervous system. If you can drop vagal tone, which you can with cold therapy and contrast and all this, that, and the other, you can still get the body in a parasympathetic state so it can digest that food and utilize it too. It's what we do every year after the bike race. They always have cold tubs there after you get done with the 100 mile, or you go get in it, sit there for about 5 minutes, then you go eat a pizza. Like you digest it just fine and you're totally okay. I'm not saying go jump in the water, Dan, but I mean that would be kind of sick.
It'd be some good content, I'll tell you that.
Dude, Dan, I'm sure you have a contrast therapy you could do, but we could hit up Performance HQ that
Oh,
afternoon or
true.
that
Yeah.
evening. 'Cause
I was actually at PHQ on
I
Sunday
know.
after.
I saw.
Yeah, it was one of those, like, we were pretty banged up on Sunday morning, so, like, and me and my buddy Frank, I still had to coach. I coached 3 classes, and for me to coach 3 classes in the state that I was in, God bless everybody. But and he was in the city too, and he was like, "Dude, let's go hit up PHQ after you're done teaching." I'm like, "I need it." And it definitely it helped. It helped a lot. It helped me kind of bring myself back, and like my run on Monday morning felt great because of it. It's just that the recovery just faltered a little bit as the
Yeah.
week progressed because of obviously the lack of that.
It's
You know
just
what I
a
mean?
timing thing.
Yeah, so like that, honestly, I probably will either go to PHQ or maybe try to sneak into Bathhouse after that race, which it'll save me some time and effort for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. So what about with Lucas Austin? The timeline's a little bit different. We're delaying a week, but he's also got the honeymoon. It's just, you guys talk on a weekly basis or what have you. What's the thought process for Lucas?
So I'll give a general overview first, then we'll dive into specific with Lucas's too. General overview: the closer you get to a race, you almost like you want to be able to take in more food. Just like, if you're saying you're getting ready for a marathon, I don't mean you need to go necessarily carb load all the time. Dan, we're going to do it again because we saw it worked well last time. Or Gabe, we're probably not going to push the carbs that high. Lucas, we're probably not going to push them that high. Well, they'll get higher, yes, but I don't think you guys need to take in 900 grams. Dan, you're just really, really lean, which changes your nutrient partitioning ability. You can take in
Yeah.
more carbs because of that. It's an advantage in that sense. So generally speaking, people should start to increase their food. How much? I would say an extra 10% that last week. That's if you've taken care of your digestion leading into this. You're having great poops. You're feeling great. There's no brain fog, that kind of stuff. Like you're in a good position. You can digest food and you're hungry. You should be hungry going to that last week. Add more food. When you start adding it, go from simple carbohydrates that are like better way to say that. Citrus fruits, antioxidants, blueberries, you can use those. You can leverage your oranges, kiwis, things like that. You don't want to do like 200 grams of carbs more from those, but I would do those as base layer 1 and then start to add a little bit more rice, a little bit more potato, like things that are still going to be good and beneficial. Better yet, if you can make sure that rice and potatoes have been cooked and cooled, because you're going to get short chain fatty acids from it. You're only going to help when it comes to gut microbiome as a whole, being able to digest more food. But Lucas's. So with wedding, it makes it's such a different view because we know too, like his food, the access to food you're going to have is going to be great down there, Lucas. That's a fruit forward diet. It's lots of fruit, but it's also enjoying time. You're on your honeymoon. Like
Yeah.
have good stuff. I don't think that maybe people are like, for a long time, I thought like enjoyment with food meant you had to have like this crazy crap. Like I need my bodybuilding. Again, I come from that world. And so it was like, we would go get tons of crumble and Brahms and all these things. And like, we would get we would go through 3 or 4 different stops, come home, put all the food down on the table, and it's just like, oh, let's go after it. On a honeymoon, you can get so much good quality food. Like the only thing is no restriction whenever it comes to the honeymoon. It's like, hey, what are the things we need? We would love to get some red meat, but we're also by the ocean. What are one of the biggest benefits of the ocean? Seafood. What's seafood? Super high in minerals and electrolytes. What would I
Yeah.
use on a really big deload if somebody was effed up? Seafood. Like we would start layering in if we can get oysters, if we can use mussels, if we can use all these different foods, shrimp, prawns, like get after it and leverage those. Doesn't mean the other stuff's not good. It's just use your environment to your advantage. If you're by the ocean, use the freshest quality stuff you can get. Even thinking of like the local fruits if you're by the ocean. Thinking about that with the water. So you have the salt water that's sitting there getting on everything. Nutrients are gonna be higher in those. Like
Mm.
there's just more mineral density with all these foods. Like the food quality goes so high. Use it, leverage it. And so that would be thought process, honeymoon there is that. But then when it's coming back, it's like, hey, would definitely want to hit a fast coming home like on that flight, let
Yep.
things reset. And it might be the whole day, depending on where feedback is coming out of that honeymoon. Hey, if we had quite a few extra drinks than we thought we were going to, might be beneficial to try to reset the microbiome really quickly so that when we come back in and we push, back into this training style, like cool, the body's ready to take it on. There's no
Yeah.
right or wrong, but it's just like looking ahead, like kind of overview. That's how I see it is like food's going great right now. Everything's rocking. Cool. Get to the honeymoon, do its thing, reset it, get ready to go for the race. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Yeah, and that brings up a great point. I really hope people who are listening to this really take away some that there's some gold in there when you talk about the different ways that you can utilize different nutrients and short chain fatty acids cooked and cool. It's funny you said that. I prepped my potatoes before this call so that it could cool by the time I'm ready to go eat dinner when we're done talking. So it's so much fun. I love it, Austin. I love the way you explained it. But utilizing the fast is also super advantageous. Like I just put up a YouTube video going through my 60-hour fast coming back from Tulsa in Oklahoma and then doing the pro doubles in Mexico. And I was beat up. Like I just, recoveries in the yellow for like yellow or red for 10 and 11 days, something crazy. And nowhere, like we said on the podcast, Austin, does it say that's in the textbook. There's nothing that says you should do a fast while you're also going to be hitting it really hard going into HYROX training. But I needed it, and all of a sudden, it really helps me. It's almost like this rubber band effect. Like I pulled back, and then boom, my recovery and the way that I'm able to come back and do these sessions all week to a high level is just heightened because of the fast. Like I popped a personal best in my HRV again yesterday. Like it's crazy. Like when you and I started working together, Austin, I think the highest HRV I had in the
50s,
first 50s. Yeah, I know. What was my average on the check-in today? Like 100?
54, or you're old, 54. You're in the hundreds now.
Yeah, it's just crazy the time it takes to do that. And Lucas, you're utilizing breath work, right? You've been doing the breath hold stuff here and there. Like there's just little things that we can do that help us to be able to train a little bit better, a little bit more often to hopefully express our fitness the best that we can come race day. So there's so much good stuff out there, and it's not always just it's food, it's training. It's also the little things that nervous system support that can really help and make it more exponential.
I
Whenever
think a
we,
lot of people like coming from bodybuilding, everybody's always asking macros and calories and this, that, and the other. And it's like, I mean, that's where I was for the longest. But once you start to understand what organizes the food, what organizes the calories, it's you. it's
yeah,
you. And so when you're in a proper state, when you're more recovered, you're more parasympathetic, stressors aren't, life can be going crazy and this, that, and the other, but like you're just trotting through it. It's a huge advantage for the way you process the food. And I don't think that HRV means everything. I don't think it's like, I got that question the other day, like, well, does this mean I just can't do as much? No, that's not what it means at all. It just means you handle a load. Like if the HRV stays suppressed, you're just handling a load. It doesn't
hmm
mean that it stays there forever. Like it'll go up, it'll go down, it'll come back to baseline. It'll go all over the place. I just think it's a good number to let yourself be aware of is what I look at. It's a tool. Just like we
Yeah.
want to get faster race paces over time. Would I love to see HRV come up over time? Yes. But am I saying go quit your job and this, that, and the other and move? No, I'm not saying that. Would that make HRV go up? Yes. But would that maybe terrorize everything else? Possibly. HRV is not the end all be all. It's just another tool in the toolbox.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. Well, I think this would be like a really good stopping point because we've got some things coming up right now. It looks like we're probably going to be talking. I mean, let me look at a calendar. Dan, is 3 weeks away. Like today? Is that what it is? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, actually 3 weeks away.
Dang. 3 weeks away. Today is when and we get to race in the morning.
Thank God, man. It's about
know.
time. It's
I
about
know.
freaking time HYROX figured it out that the pros should be going at like 9, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if I get like a 10:30, 11 o'clock start time, French kiss.
Yeah.
That's all I need in my life. Just because, like,
think the
I can still
windows
sleep, I can still fuel in the morning, and I can
Mhm.
be good and primed by the time I roll up to that start gate.
and still poop. Yep.
No, well, like, first of all, you know the difference between having a child and not having a child? He calls it poops, we say shit. I'm just saying. when we're on a call and he's like, all right, well, how's your poops been? And I'm just like, it's hilarious to me.
I know. But you, dude, the window's like 9:40 to like 11:10 or something like that.
Dude, that's beautiful. That is like literally the ideal window because you still get a good amount of sleep. And like, obviously being where we live, we're that close that we can like
Yeah.
hop, skip, and jump and be right there. And like literally I do the same thing. I've done the same thing for New York. I get on the path, I then get off at Christopher Street, and then I city bike actually from Christopher Street all the way up to Pier 75. So it's like, I mean, I get on an e-bike too, so I kind of spin my legs a little bit, but obviously
Yeah.
I'm not overexerting myself. And I park there's a city bike rack right in front of Pier 75. So it's
Yeah.
like I get a little bit of light spin on the legs, and then I can drop my bag off, go right to the warm-up area, be good to race.
Yeah. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. Yeah. I'm literally like a subway stop away. I'm like a 10-minute walk to the subway, like 6-minute walk there. It's gonna be insane. So
Yeah, it's a perfect spot for it.
yeah, no doubt. But that's all I got for this week. Austin, you got anything else to add before we wrap it up?
Negative. I gave
Negative,
my
go for
updates
it.
on Gus already. He's on Instagram today. We've been in Vets, and I told Vets, I'm like, I'm sorry, I just think of things different. I don't give him kibble. We eat real food around this house, so there we had a lot of arguments around the vet. So he's good. He just needs more food. Our dog's good. That's it. That's my random thought.
Good. I love Gus. He's a good protector of the house. Whenever I came over, he was like, woo, woo, woo. He's all mad that Laura and I were there, but then you get to petting him and then he's just the
He's
best.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
He just wants to sit with you everywhere you go at that point.
exactly. But all right, guys. Dan, Lucas, you guys got anything before we wrap up?
No, sir.
No.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody listening to this week's episode. We're almost there. I don't know what we're gonna do in terms of the next episode. If it's after we all go, or if after Dan and I go, or maybe we can do it a couple days before Dan and I go. I don't know. We'll talk about it. But we've got some cool things coming up. Dan, good luck on your half. Lucas, almost time to sign your life away, man. It'll be the best decision you ever make. I promise. I promise. So, but thank you for listening to Unfiltered Wellness. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
See you guys.